topic for today, it's in the title. We're doing an unboxing for the DJI Pocket 3 Creator Combo. It's not my one. I want to point that out. It is one of my flatmates. They got a bonus, something like that, and then they decided to get one today and gave it to me to set up for them. So in a way, I can sort of live through it. You know, it's not the same as having my own Pocket 3, you know, but maybe I'll be able to play around with it. We'll see. Sneak it away from our flatmate when they're not looking. But they're wanting to get into content creation, and since I'm like the IT guy of the household, they gave it to me, gave me the blessing to do an unboxing and set it all up for them, basically. And I'm cool with it. I love this sort of stuff. I find unboxings a lot of fun. I don't know about you guys, but I do. I have it here. I've got the DJI Pocket 3, and I'll just give you a little background, a little bit story about myself in case you're new to my channel. So my name's Cliff, IRL live streamer from Auckland, New Zealand. I have been live streaming for good, I think 3-4 years now. And in particular, IRL live streaming. I do at least one IRL live stream a week. And there have been times that I've done it daily, I've done it for a month, I've done it for that whole length of time. So I've got a lot of experience in this area, this one little niche. And my channel is basically about IRL live streaming. So for example, anyone who goes overseas, maybe to a foreign country, somewhere exotic, somewhere exciting, you want to share that experience with your family, with your friends back at home, then normally what you do is you get your phone, you would open up like the YouTube app that I'm using today, or maybe a more advanced app, and then you'd start live streaming with your phone. There are lots of other alternative ways of live streaming, and that's what we're going to be talking about today with the Pocket 3. One of the ways to be able to stream with it, but of course doing the unboxing. And lately I've been using the DJI Action 4, which is about 2 generations back now, but it is a beast when it comes to IRL. It's a great little camera, and that's the one that I'll be using. It's my go-to camera. It has replaced using my phone. I just really love how portable it is, how light it is, everything about the Action 4 approve. Lots of great things about it. But with this camera, it does top it in a couple of areas, in particular low light. Low light is one of the areas with the Action 4 it struggles. So let's see. Yeah, that's a little bit about myself, what I'm currently using. So I'd use the Action 4, send the video from that through my S23 Ultra, which I use as a hotspot, into my iPhone, and then my iPhone has an app called MIDDLEMAN. It is an iPhone-only app, well, actually iOS-only app. They've got a watch version, they've got a desktop version, they've got all sorts of ones, but I use the iPhone version of MIDDLEMAN run for my iPhone 11. So that's what I currently have. Action 4 through the S23 Ultra, really strong mobile hotspot into the iPhone. iPhone sends the video from there through a service called BattleBox Cloud, and then back into my computer, where the video that you would see, that's how it's all presented to you. So if you do tune into my regular live streams, which is a Friday afternoon New Zealand Standard Time, then you'd be able to see what my streams look like with Action 4, and I've been using that for a good 6 to 8 months now. Yeah, great, fantastic camera. But I guess the start today is the new one, or this one, which is the DJI Pocket 3 Creator Combo. So if you have any questions about it, love to hear those. Yeah, should we just get into it, or what do you reckon? What do you reckon? Yes, no, yes, no? Let me read what's on the box first. Firstly, before we mess it all up, it has a 1-inch CMOS sensor. It's a larger sensor than what the Action 4, most action cameras have. In fact, I think the latest Action 6 has gotten a slightly larger sensor as well. So the bigger the sensor, the better it'll do in low light. So that's one key feature about this. It does have a screen that you can see here. It rotates from a vertical mode, in which the video that you would record with it would be in portrait style, and horizontal or landscape if you want it like this, which is how I would use this, the camera. I'd use it in this mode. You do have to be careful with the screen though, because I've heard they can get damage if maybe you're a little rough with it. But yeah, I love this idea, you know, because the little gimbal or the camera switches between portrait and landscape mode depending on the orientation of the screen here. I'm interested to see what they'll do with the next version of this, the Pocket 4, you know, which apparently is coming soon, but we don't know. maybe in a couple of weeks actually. I'm just going to move this other chat to the side. It's a little bit easier for me to read it on my computer here. Let's see, muted I think, there we go, before you went crazy. yeah, thank you Twitch Stephen. Just reading through the messages. Gone hours on the stream a few times. Oh, nice. Whoa, you mean you've gone hours where your audio was muted? Okay, yes. That's the good thing about having the viewers who'll let you know, so thank you, that, you know, think something's not right, you know, audio's muted, audio's glitchy, that kind of thing. So yeah, I appreciate them when they're able to chime in. Oh man, especially if you're on a really good rant, the day's really good, you're having a chat and everything, and then you realize later on, no audio. Okay, so you look at the camera stream and it looks a bit strange. Yes, I agree. There is something odd about the footage when I look at it on my computer here. It is either squished or stretched, and I don't know why. I don't think there's much I can do about it. So when you go live within the YouTube app, you can choose orientation, whether it's portrait or landscape. And for today's live, I wanted to do landscape mode, whereas I have done it in portrait before. But on my phone, it looks fine. On my on my computer here, it doesn't look right. It's stretched somehow. But yeah, I think the options that I'm looking at are very limited. They don't give me much in the way of aspect ratio, that sort of thing. They've made it so they'll be simple to use, but maybe a little too simple. They probably don't account for resolution and that sort of stuff. Yeah, I can't see anything. All right. Maybe pinch to zoom. No. Oh, no. Whoa, okay. That was not what we wanted. Sorry about that. I'm glad it has it pinched to zoom. Does it look a bit better though? I don't think so. I am streaming. Hey Minsoor, how are you? I am streaming with my S23 Ultra today and the YouTube app. So there's an option to go live if you have live streaming enabled for your channel. So you can just press that button and then go live. It's a very simple, very basic setup that I'm using today, and it works for where I am right now, because you just open up the app and then you go live. Well, but it's not going to have all the bells and whistles my usual stream has. You know, it's very simple, no overlays, nothing like that. Let's see. So if it's like, I'm just reading the chat messages. Okay, cool. All right. Yes. So if you do have any questions on chime in, yeah, I'd love to see those. So you use an S22, wait a minute. Stephen, you use an S22 Plus as a modem attached to a Slate 7. Wait, I think someone else mentioned a Slate 7 to me in a YouTube comment. So it's piqued my interest a little bit. Only job is a modem. Yep, okay. I've heard they've got pretty good connectivity, the Slate 7, that device. It might be something to look into, I think, because I need really good connectivity, especially for my Fuji camera. It's very fussy about what it connects to. And what I have so far, the S23 Ultra, the Nighthawk M2, what else I have? The D-Link. So all those devices, it won't really connect with them. Like it'll work one time, but the next time it won't. So it's a bit frustrating in that way. Yeah, so I need something a bit stronger with that. Okay, all right. So let's see. Just looking over the packaging again. And let's see. So here's the rotatable screen. We've got a 3-axis mobile gimbal mechanical stabilization. So that's one of the key features of this bad boy here, especially with low light, because if you see my streams in low light, you start to see a sort of ghosting effect. That's the name I give it, in the background. So in the foreground, you probably won't really notice it. And it's eagle-eyed folks like myself who'll be sort of looking at the background back here somewhere, and you'll see the lights, ambient lights, sort of getting fuzzy. So that's something they really need to address with action cameras, because even with the 6, I can see some improvements that they've added to it. I think it's AI or whatever, but it's not going to be able to beat optical stabilization like a gimbal, or I'm hoping that they could put some like rubber band things inside of their action cameras, like Action 7, Action 8, to really properly stabilize the footage in the way that the Sony 3300. If you look at the live streamers who use those cameras, they're really good in low light. So whatever magic the Sony have in their older cameras, they're from 10 years ago, the action cameras, they need that now. Let's see, who's that? Yuan Weird 891. Hello, how's it going? Welcome to the chat. Welcome everyone. Oh yeah, I forgot to give a quick few shout outs to a few folks. So we've got Masingo 2141 and Celery Bay. So thank you both if you do manage to tune in later perhaps. So quick shout out there for those two. They're like super OG supporters from way back. We'll continue. And yeah, thank you everyone who has subscribed, supporting the channel, watching the videos, and leaving the comments. I'll read all of those. I try to respond to them within a day. You know, I try and stay on top of that. Okay, moving on. It has Active Track 6.0, and then it also has full pixel fast focusing. That bit I'm quite interested to see what levels of focusing you can have with this camera in particular, because I think it can be a little too aggressive sometimes. Watching various content creators in their Pocket 3, I can see it sort of jump in, out really quickly. That doesn't appear to be an issue with the Action 6. So that does have variable aperture rings inside of the Action 6. And it looks like they solved the minimum focusing distance on the newer camera. So yeah, that's something to look at. They'll be able to fine tune that so it'll be a bit smoother, not so in, out kind of thing, you know. Is there an Action 6? Did you get the Action 6 as well or no? So today we have the Pocket 3. We're doing an unboxing for this. This is not my one. I just want to point that out. It is one of my flatmates. They had a bonus and they said, hey, I'm going to go pick this up today. And, oh, wait, you didn't even ask me about it. I'm the IT guy in the household, and they just went out and got it. So, okay, sure, sweet. And I've been given the okay to unbox it, get it all up and running, charge it, all that sort of stuff with this thing here. I do not have a Action 6, although I'd love to have one, play around with one. But at the moment I have a DJI Action 4, and I found that to be a really, really good IRL live streaming camera. Ramon Gonzalez 17, we are live indeed. Welcome to the stream. Welcome everyone. Impromptu live stream. I don't usually do a stream on public live stream on Mondays, my Mondays. So welcome on in. It's nice to see a chat going there. So thank you guys. Yeah, so we're going to be doing an unboxing of this, see what the creator combo comes with. It's all on the outside, and we'll have a bit of a play around with it, but I have to be careful. It's, you know, it's not my one, so have to be super careful. We're going through the details still. Let's see, so we went through the fast focusing, and so interesting. It is D-Log M10 bit, not really a feature that I would personally be interested in, and I think my flatmate who owns this, they probably won't be as well. So that mode or that particular type of video is great if you're very particular about the look coming out of your video and you want to color grade it, you want to dial in the colors, that sort of thing. That's something that I would probably think I would be interested in, but because I'm more about time saving and that could be super annoying. Well, I think I just love using the colors straight out of these. I think they look great. In fact, with my DJI Action 4, I have it on color normal. That's what I use, and I think it looks fine. Okay, and it's more of a video recording feature too, so not really IRL. Then we got stereo recording, and it's pocket sized. It's part of the name. So inside the Creator Combo, we have the Pocket 3, of course. We have a USB cable. There is a protective cover, a carrying bag that has a DJI Mic 2 transmitter, and a magnet. It has, oh boy, my eyes. Well, this is really small font. It has a handle with 1/4-inch thread. We've also got the Mic 2 windscreen. We've got a battery handle for longer battery life. Let's see, and I'll just jump back to the chat in a moment. Give me a second, guys. We have a wide angle lens. Now that I really like, because I think the default camera is a little too narrow. The way I use the Action 4, I really love. It's wide, but not too wide. You know, but I found that the Pocket 3 footage I have seen, it does look a little bit narrow. Not as narrow as the selfie camera on a phone, but you know, you could think a phone was a bit wider. So usually with these action cameras, especially DJI, they give an angle of how wide it is. And the Action 4 can do up to 155 degrees of how wide it can go. So when it's that fisheye, really, really wide look, that is the one of the modes you can choose in the Action 4. The new one, the Action 6, can do, I think, 180 degrees, which is crazy. Now, I thought there's no reason why you'd want something that wide, but one of their reasoning was if you put your camera, Action 6, on your handlebars, which is quite close, but you still want that wide look, that's where you'd want to utilize the 180 degree angle look on the handlebars. You know, I thought, okay, that makes sense. Otherwise, I think it's too wide. So Action 4, I have it in horizon balancing, so that adds a bit of a crop, and horizon balancing and standard de-warp. That combination gives it a somewhat wide look without being too warpy in edges, that sort of thing. And it'll be interesting to see what this looks like with similar settings and the wide lens attached, you know. Okay, all right, so two other items. So we've got tripod feet and we've got a wrist strap. As a whole, these are pretty decent. Like the mic is nice. I mean, I've already got a mic 2. I've got a mic mini, but for my flatmate, they don't have either of those things. So it's nice that's included in here. The windshield, I think the battery handle, that's particularly good because, you know, having that extra battery life, and then you can just plug into that if you need more battery. And then the tripod feet. So handle, tripod feet, the wide angle, and the wrist strap. Wrist strap, I mean, I don't use them, but nice. And then the microphone. So it kind of has everything. So yeah, for creators, right? Right, let's have a look at the chat. Mr. Egg, Thailand. So you got the Action 4 and Action 5. The 4 seems more stable and better at 1080p live, but the 5 is better in nighttime. Okay, you're getting the 6 as well tomorrow. Wow. Okay, got like a combo there. The family of cameras. Well, awesome. I am very envious. Good on you. Love to hear your thoughts on it. So that's what I've heard. Overall, the 4 appears to be the king out of the Action range of cameras so far. It's very stable. The video, the audio, no problems. Connectivity, no problems via RTMP or USB mode. So I'm really happy that I got the 4, and even with the new features added into the new ones, I'm like, they're nice, and if I didn't have a 4, if the price was right, I would probably go for one of the newer cameras, But anyone who's wanting to jump into action cameras, maybe on a tight budget, you want a really solid camera, then I think can't go wrong with Action 4, especially with the amount of sales that are happening at the moment. Like, they still have some Black Friday sales, Cyber Monday sales, that sort of thing, and you might find a really good deal on an Action 4. So having owned one and using one now, I can say yes, it's a really good camera for IRL. In particular, if you've got an iPhone, so you can use the combination of MIDDLEMAN and the Action 4. So that combo. And it depends on your iPhone, which model you have, how well it's going to handle the work of sending the video from one thing to the other. But I've managed to get my Action 4 to work with MIDDLEMAN and my S23 Ultra in a way that, my iPhone has done well. It's not overheating, that sort of thing. But yeah, Action 4 is a great camera. I really like what they did with the Action 5, especially with the battery life, and that has rolled over into the 6. I like the variable aperture, and it looks like they sussed or sorted out the minimum focusing distance. So I've seen people hold things straight up to a camera, the Action 6, and it has managed to focus on those subjects real close. So that was an issue with the Action 4. Not a real huge issue, but it's still there. Various other improvements, like the more square sensor. A lot to like about the new one. But I think if they add an optical stabilization into the 7 or 8, that would be me. That would be like, oh yeah, that's enough of an upgrade to jump into the new one. So that's why I'm putting it out there as much as I can. Maybe someone from DJI will be listening, taking notes, go, ooh, okay. Well, I've already got our 7 sorted. Maybe we could put that into the 8 or the 9. So, we'll see. All right, unboxing time. So here we are. This is the Pocket 3. We've gone over the details. Now it's just a matter of having a look of what's inside. Now, usually I've struggled with showing you what I'm unboxing. So we don't have a multi-cam setup, that kind of thing. But we'll try. So try from the bottom. Don't really want to damage the packaging. Okay, we'll try from the bottom. Down this edge. Whoop. Okay, is it going to peel? It is. Does it have the new smell? Kind of. Right. One thing out of the way. Next, we've got a seal on this edge. How about the bottom edge? It's pretty tight. Okay, try this again. All right. Quite. Okay. We have some silica gel. Okay, I'll pop that off to the side. Then on the inside, we have something in the middle. We have a box along the other side. So let's just try. Great big pull. Whatever this is. Carry case, I think. Pop that down. Then we've got lots of bits of paper. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so we have a sticker, I think. Someone who really loves stickers in the household. We have warranty info, maybe. We have creator combo safety guidelines. Very important. Pop that down. And a quick start guide. Very important as well. And we've got a scanning code. A must-have app for DJI users. I'm going to assume that is the Memo app, which I already have for the Action 4. But yeah, you're going to need that to update your devices and dial-in settings, that kind of thing. Okay, those bits of paper out of the way. Then we've got this box just alongside. We'll have a look, see what's inside here. Okay, looks like maybe the handle. And it's just that. Okay. Oh no, it is the protective case. So you'll definitely need this to keep your gimbal from getting damaged. You know? So at the top, that bit there, don't want that getting caught on anything in your bag and whatnot. Oh, okay, on the inside here it says wide angle lens, and then down the bottom it says black Pro Mist. Now I'm thinking that's just where they would go. You just slot them in there. Okay, alright. Well made, pretty solid. Okay, cool. Off to the side. There's our packaging again. In here, got our protective case, I think. Now, what do they call it? Carry case. So we have the protective cover and the carrying bag. Correct names. Okay, alright. Oh, that's a nice looking material. Yeah, that's nice. Okay. And you see? Yeah. Alright. Have a look inside, and there's the bad boy there, the Pocket 3, and then you got some goodies on this side. So I'll pull out Pocket 3 first, be really careful. So that is the star. Pocket 3, brand new, out of the box. See how that could easily be locked. You want to be very careful with that. I should get the Action 4. So that goes in here. Oh, let's try our protective case. So let's see. No, that way. Oh yeah, that way I think. I feel like this should be facing in the other direction, right? No, it definitely goes this way. And then I guess they will just go in here. Now, does it fit inside there? Not really. So maybe if you don't have, try it. Oh yeah, it can. It's snug, but it can, okay. Alright, other bits and bobs. So we have in the middle. Which one is this? This is, I think this is the battery handle. Okay. See, so we've got a USB port here. So have battery info on it. Can't tell. Or button. connector. Oh, little light turned on. So yes, that is the battery handle. Alright. Else, yeah, we have something in here. This is the tripod feet. Okay, and we'll attach them to the bottom of the battery handle. Good size. Next up, go grab the Pocket 3. Okay. It is snug in there, that's for sure. Oops. Okay. So there is the height comparison. So they're basically on par with each other. The Pocket 3 on its own, nothing else. And then the tripod feet and the battery handle. So you can just snap it on. Good fit. And it's quite a bit taller now. Yeah. Quite a bit taller, but easier to hold, that's for sure. If we open the feet, yeah, what do you think? Press the button and then compare it to just by itself, where the screen is like right here, you know, so you can hold it like that, but it's not much. Okay, for now I'll just pop it back on. Put that to the side. Next up we have in this pocket got the mic 2. How's it different to mine? I would say it'll be exactly the same. Yeah, so the Pocket 3, mic 2, and here's my one. Yeah, they look exactly the same. I don't see any difference at all, which is a good thing, you know. Yep, identical in every way, I think. Okay, I need to make sure, put my one away. Okay, so here is the Pocket 2. Great mic. Put that down. And then, in case you're wondering, this is where my transmitter is. We've got the mic mini under my t-shirt, and then I've got the receiver plugged into my S23 Ultra, providing our audio. So transmitter to receiver into the Ultra, using the thing. Okay, all right. And alternatively, if you don't want to use the bank for extra battery life, they do have the smaller sort of adapter thing. So we'll flip this open. I think this is what comes with the standard kit. So it doesn't provide any power to the Pocket 3, but what it does, if we grab the Pocket 3 again and press the button to unlock, so in the bottom there's no 1/4 inch socket, it's just USB-C. So you would plug this in, gives a little more height, and then there we have the 1/4 inch. So we could take the tripod feet off of this one and then pop it onto that one. So using just the battery off of the Pocket 3. Now, just to give you an idea, it's adding a little more extra height with the extra battery life. Huh? So in terms of holding it, yeah, it's not too bad. Too bad like that. Height wise, yeah, smaller. But I think I'm more of a, personally, I'd be more of an extra battery person. So I'll see if the flatmate agrees or if they will use that instead. But I'm thinking you'd use either one or the other, not both. Okay, alright, so there's this one again, so this version. Okay, pop that aside. Next up, so we have 3 compartments, small, medium, small, and then on this other end, right over here, got some more silica gel things. We have a USB cable for charging, so that's very important. And we got, what is this? Our windshield. Something else. Oh, our wrist strap. Okay. So wrist strap. Really nervous about dropping your gear. So, you know, I could totally understand that. I'm going to pop the windshield on top of the Action, the mic 2. So it just clips on. Just wondering. I'm sure there's a black version of this, right? Or maybe I opted to use a lavalier mic where you can have a black version of the furry windshield. But yeah, if you're not too fussed about that, then, you know, or you could try the under the shirt thing. Give that a go. Let's see, there should also be a magnet. Oh yeah, so this was tucked in one of the pockets, and that's if you do want to have this, like how I'm using the mic 2, where it's under my shirt, so you got a magnet there, or perhaps you do it in reverse, have the mic or transmitter on the outside, magnet on the inside. So I think I won't unbox that, I'll just leave that in here, leave it to my flatmate to decide. But essentially, it looks like this. There's the magnet. So magnet and microphone, and it just stays on the back of there, basically. Okay. Now, yeah, my mic, their mic. I'll pop this into, so transmitter. I think it was in this middle one, on this smaller pocket, and then some bits and bobs here. That the what do they call it? Gotta get the naming for these things correct. So it is. Whoa, man, the font's so small. Really good eyes, which I don't have. Okay, so it's called a handle. This bit without battery in it, it's called a handle with 1/4-inch thread, and the other one is called a battery handle. How much additional battery life does it give? It doesn't actually say on here, but I know it's on their website. Wait a minute, what happened to the wide angle lens? Is it already on there? There. Oops, sorry. Just double checking. Unless they just mean the lens that is on already on the camera. It just sounded like it was a separate thing. Oh, there's more pockets here, so checking. So what's this one? Oh yeah, okay, found it. Okay, so this for sure we want to attach. How does that go on there? It's gotta be so careful. Oh, is it just magnetic? Oh yeah, it just attaches on there. That is nice. Is it on? feels like it's on. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not a camera that's off thing. Alright, let's do the deed. I'm going to peel off the thingy. Sure enough, it is on. We've got options there for language. We're going to go English. Yes. And then we've got a swipe to skip 5 times remaining. Okay. So we've got the device name. Scan the QR code, download a DJI Mimo, connect to camera unit to activate. Okay. So I'm going to, okay, I would use the, thinking iPhone, or, because I'm already using the S23 Ultra to stream. I think I need to, grab my iPhone, because I've got Mimo installed on both. And while I'm at it, I'll grab the Action 4, so I can do like a little comparison. Cool. I'm gonna go to like a BRB mode on here in the YouTube app. Alright, let's do that. So I'm gonna turn off the camera, and then we can also mute the audio. So I'll be back in a little bit, won't be long. Hello. Alright, okay, we're back. Take the Action 4 off of the mount. Come on. Okay, so this is what I have been using to live stream, DJI Action 4. And then we have the Pocket 3 here. Just give you an idea of the size. So the Pocket 3 is definitely bigger. Action 4 is definitely bigger than the Pocket 3. Overall size, you know, but also a lot more rugged, you know, it can handle a lot more rain, you name it. Look at that, look how small that thing is, so cute. Okay, I just see people with them all over the place now. The Pocket 3s, they're very popular. Okay. Yes, let's put these away. And then let's see, Mimo app. Unlock the phone first. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very secure number. So cancel out of that. Mimo, where are you? DJI Mimo app. So that is just updating. Give it a bit. So, how's your day been? Looks like it's taking a while. Am I connected to the Wi-Fi? Come on. Let's have a check. Yeah, I am. Okay. Maybe I won't be able to do this. Come on. I think I need the S23. So one of the things that the iPhone does is if you haven't used an app in a while, it'll uninstall it. It'll still be on your home screen, but it'll uninstall it. And then when you tap on it, it has to download it again. So I think that's what's happening. It's either updating or trying to download it using potato speed. It's just it's taking a while. Come on. Come on. Okay, so rumors with the Pocket 4, they may be coming out in a couple of weeks. This is what I've heard, so take it with a grain of salt. Apparently, the US might crack down on products like the DJI, and that could happen around the 19th or the 20th of this month. So I heard what could be happening is DJI will release sections for, no, sorry, the Pocket 4 early before that happens. But I'm in the frame of mind of thinking that they're going to do it in 2026. So I think they're going to stick to that schedule. I don't know, we'll see. I haven't seen any rumors, any photos or whatnot on the Pocket 4. And I did mention this to my flatmate, who was sort of looking at the Pocket 3, 70% battery on over here. Yeah, something's on 1%. What was that? Just wondering the way that it turned off this time. Yeah, I think it fits into the case that way, because when I initially got it, it was actually the other direction. So I was thinking it really leans inside, right, like it is now. Yeah, I'd feel pretty comfortable with that. It'd be better if it was like a full case all around it, you know. But okay. I feel like I'll be kind of careful pulling it out. Okay. Alright. How are we doing on the app? Let's check. Prioritize download. Come on. Come on. Let's have a look while we're waiting. I'm going to do a quick search. So DJI Pocket 4 rumors. And the thing about technology is there's always going to be a new one around the corner. Basically, you've got to look at what's available and think, is that a good deal? That's I think the only way you can approach it, really. If you're happy with the deal, and especially with Black Friday, Cyber Monday sales, that sort of thing, there's some pretty good deals out there, you know. Like with this one here, in New Zealand dollars, where I'm from, the Pocket 3 Creator Combo is usually around 1,300 New Zealand dollars. To give you an idea what that would be in US, just halve it. That's an easy formula. Whereas this went below 1,000, so it was like $300 off the usual price. Now once the Pocket 4 comes out, I'm sure it'll go down even more, you know. Oh, I don't think it'll go down that much. Maybe $850. There's going to be a limit to how low they will go relative to the other products, you know. All right, new camera, DJI's Pocket 4 leak, real deal or AI trick? Yeah, AI trick. It's like dual cameras. It's got a main sensor and a depth sensor. Don't know. Oh, the leak that I'm looking at. Imagine the situation, you're scrolling late at night and bam, you just spotted the leaked photos of the Pocket 4. The next big thing. Who is this new camera? Right. It hits your feed and brain simultaneously. Blah, 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 blah. Very strange. The buttons, rotating screen, then a screen on the back. Pocket 4 AI? The leak that's lighting up X. I don't know. I'm just not sure about what I'm looking at. AI generation indicators. Subtle inconsistency. Gimbal bit bracket misalignment. Post a second red flag. Looks unnatural. Yeah, okay, I'm thinking that this could be an AI thing, and I think they're going to stick with basically the same shape, you know, it's not going to change too much. But I think they need to work on this, make this waterproof. They can do it. That should be their priority. Make it waterproof, or at least a base level of waterproof. IPX5 or whatever, I don't know. Splash proof, something like that. Do it. Work on that. I think that's the most important thing. So, not really any leaks from what I can see. Speculation, wish list. You know, I think a given is that the Pocket 4 will have internal storage. So this one doesn't have internal storage. I think that's what they're going to do for the Pocket 4. That has been the trend for all of their newest cameras. The Action 6, the 360, the, what they call it, the Ultra or the Nano, the smaller camera in that range. And did the Action 5 Pro, I'm not sure if it started with the 5 Pro, but since then, for sure, they've had internal storage. I think that's given. Now, I don't know what the highest resolution of this one is. I do have the specs here somewhere. But they've all gone towards 8K. Internal storage, the weight of this is 179 grams, and that would be just the Pocket 3, not all the extra bits. It weighs nothing, though. It's nothing. So resolution, so that's the screen. I think the screen could get a little bit larger, but I like that screen. Maybe the brightness will go up a bit. Let's see, it looked fine though, from what I could tell. Does it do a full 360 spin? That I don't know. So that has been what a lot of the newer devices, like gimbals, have been doing, a full 360 and keep infinite spin. So it's got pan, tilt, roll, mechanical range, controllable speed. We've got 1-inch sensor. So the lens is equivalent to 20mm, aperture f2, focus range from 0.2 meters to infinity. So I have to test that. So it's got video, photo mode, low light, video mode to 16,000. I'm assuming that's ISO. Slow motion, photo modes, okay, max image size. So I think they have 4K. Yeah, 4K, 16:9. We've got 1:1 zoom, so it can do, I think, a 2x zoom. So let's see. In 10K, it can do it 4x. In 2.7K, 3x, 4K, 2x. Okay. So it's a 4x zoom in 1080p. Cool. So countdown mode, so still photography, normal video. So it goes up to 4K. So that's where they'll improve on the one aspect, and that is for sure 8K. They've all gone towards that. 8K, and I think 4K 60 with this. So I think they'll probably do 4K, 8K 30, or probably maybe 60, and then 4K 120, I reckon. All of these are not what I want out of a live stream camera. I'm happy with 10K. 10K. 10K, please. 1080p, 60 frames. I'm good with that. Slow motion, don't need it. Hyperlapse, time lapse, motion lapse. They're all very cool, especially for video content creation like my flatmate wants to do. We've got low light video, maximum video bitrate 130 megabits per second, sweet, but overkill. I've got storage system, exFAT. I've got video, photo format, JPEG plus DNG. Okay, video format, MP4, H.264 4 and 5. We've got built-in storage capacity. Does not have built-in storage. You can expand it with a micro SD card, so that they'll need. We've got battery. It's 30 1300 mAh battery bank in here, and let's see, the operating time 166 minutes. Interesting to see how long the actual will be for the operating time for live streaming. 1080 30. Let's go with that. Now with the Action 4, I've been able to get about 90 minutes, 2 hours with this. So maybe the same or a little bit less. It's doing more. It's got the gimbal and moving parts and stabilizing that it has to do. So if it can get, 19 minutes, what's that? Around 90 minutes, that'll be great. This is charging time 60 minutes, 80%, 32 minutes to 100%. I wonder what a 65 watt PD charger. So whereas fast charging on the Action 4 is I think 35 watts. So you don't need as much to get it to 100%. In fact, I've sat down, plugged my Anker battery bank into this and been able to fully charge it within what feels like 10 minutes. So I think it's just flies by. Be interesting to see what it's like with this one. So it can do Wi-Fi operating frequency. So I'm not familiar with these numbers. 2.4. Yeah, the format's weird. 2.4, 5.1, 5.7. So it's like a triple band. Okay. Wi-Fi protocol. Oh, okay. So older Wi-Fi. Got A, B, G, and AC. So no AX. Which AX I think is Wi-Fi 6. But that's alright. That's cool. I'm guessing that's where they could improve with the Pocket 4. Transmitter power. Let's skip over that. Bluetooth operating frequency. So 2.4 gigahertz. Which is good for Japan. A lot of the newer things are going for 5 gigahertz, but Japan, they don't allow that there for some reason, not sure why. And okay, hold on, what does it say? Low power mode and standby mode activated within 20 minutes default. Okay, and that's our specs. So good, yeah, good specs overall. Oh, I wonder what this gives us. Let's see. Thing. So 0.75x 15 millimeter. Okay, so they say the default lens on the Pocket 3 is 20 mil, so we'll give it a 15 mil, so a bit wider than without it. Good to know. Okay, let's see. If this app hasn't downloaded, I think there might be us. Wow, that is like the world's slowest download. What is going on? I'm going to try turn the Wi-Fi off, turn it back on again, maybe flight mode on and off. Usually when you download an app, it's just flight mode on and off. Okay. Let's go back. Alright, so I'm going to just okay, that might be us for today, folks. After all, this live stream was meant to be a unboxing. So we've done the unboxing. We have the Pocket 3. Very impressed with how it looks, feels, light as. See why so many people like it. Do have a link in the description if you're interested in getting one. But if you want to hold off until I am able to sneak away with it without my flatmate noticing. And then put it for a couple of tests, then I could share my thoughts on it. But I'm thinking the experience won't be too different from what I'm familiar with using the Action 4. So this has been great as a live stream camera. So this I can definitely say it is a great addition to your IRL. Yeah, if you check out any of my IRL live streams on my channel, I've been using this camera, the Action 4, and the look of it, especially for some reason the last couple of streams, it just looks real nice. And it hadn't really changed much in terms of the settings and things. So yeah, I've been using that. The video goes from the Action 4 through my S23 Ultra as a mobile hotspot and then back into my iPhone 11. And with the MIDDLEMAN app, I can connect this up to the phone and then use this as an external camera for my iPhone. And it just looks so much better. Stabilizations, everything, you know. And even in low light does a pretty decent job compared to, especially the selfie camera on this phone is awful. Yeah, don't recommend it at all unless you've got a gimbal. That's going to help counter some of the serious ghosting issues you'll have with the cameras on here. Usually it's just the normal one, the normal camera that has the best low light capabilities. But when I'm using a phone to stream, I want to look like this, you know. I want to look at the phone, see what I'm looking at, rather than having the phone turned the other way around, which is what you have to do in order to get to use the best camera. Lots of sort of things you have to work around with this. Yeah, I have another look, see what's happening with that app. Yeah, it's taking forever. It's decided to take the long route from wherever the server is to download the Mima app into my phone. It's not going direct. It has decided to go the other way around the planet, then maybe off to Mars and then back again to download into my phone. Why it did that? Don't know. But that's what it looks like, because we're taking forever on that. Not even halfway downloaded. And I'm sure it's what, a 30 megabyte file, something like that. Okay. Yeah, so I will I guess I'll connect this up. Would love to be able to share it with you guys. Actually, I wonder if I skip that step. Let's try it. So I press the little red button there, right? English, yes. So it's saying we've got the Mima app. I'm going to swipe. Okay, right. Got a screen there that says swipe from left edge to center playback. On left edge to center, no SD card. Well, of course not. We haven't put one in yet. But looks like everything's there. Yeah, little screen, and I try rotating the screen. I'll try it that way, clockwise. Clockwise. Anything happen? Swipe on right edge to change image and audio parameters. Okay, so swipe, and then that's it. Hello. Okay, gimbal endpoints reached. Tap select gimbal mode. Okay, all right, so tap face auto detect. Start. When enabled, camera will automatically follow the face closest to the center of the view. Start. Tap to rotate gimbal. So it has spun around, and then tap to check battery level. So we have okay, so it shows you the battery level of both. So 60, almost 69% battery on the Pocket 3, and then 0% on this guy down here. So we'll definitely need to plug in to charge that. Good. Oh yeah, I can also see how wide it is, and it looks pretty decent on the screen. SD card. So, so got dynamic framing. Use joystick to switch focus frame. Press 5D button to start or stop following subject. Spin shot, 90 or 100 degrees. Okay. Exit. I guess it's going to take a little playing around with just to get the hang of this. So there's a lot that I'm familiar with, but also quite a bit that seems different. Glamour effects, what does that make me look pretty? Connect to DJ Memo to view glamour effects. Ah, okay. So we do need it. So gimbal, joystick, right, to move slider. So more instructions of how to use it. I'm going to turn glamour effects off. We don't need it. Yeah, we don't need it. Then, what is this? Something compensation. So I thought it said breathing. Now, breathing compensation, when I think of the term, I think of a lens. So certain lenses, when it focuses, it will also zoom in and out. Now, you shouldn't have that, I think, with this. Because generally that is dependent on the lens, right? But the lens is built into this, so it shouldn't already been doing that. Now, unless it's some other term that they mean there for breathing compensation. And we've got something else here about adjustment. Image adjustment default. Custom. Noise reduction. Oh, okay, all right. So on the Action 4, I have sharpness and noise reduction down -1, I think. Now, whether, I'm just going to copy what I've got on my one. Go to Action 4 and have a look. Settings. Cancel. Image custom, okay. Yeah, so I have my sharpness 1 and my noise reduction -1. So we'll just duplicate that. Sharpness 1, noise reduction -1, confirm, Pro. And then I'm also going to select Pro mode. Pro, you know, Pro. Exposure auto. So what do I have? I think on my Action 4, I've got the exposure set to it should be -0.3 EV, and then the aperture is 100 to ISO 100 to 3200. Oh, actually, because this is a gimbal, you can do a more cinematic look. Okay, so I think it starts from 50. So I guess 50 to, let's try manual. Nope, not manual. 50 to go 1600, and then for EV we'll go back minus. Hey, cut that out. Minus 0.3, ISO is 50 to 1600, confirmed. So I'll go with that. Auto white balance we're okay with. With a color, we've got it on normal. Color, normal. For, focus mode, continuous. single continuous showcase mode. So showcase mode, focus on subjects in the foreground, which is suitable for showing subjects closer to the camera. And then continuous is where it's going to be zooming in and out, right? So that's the level of control you have. So continuous auto focus continues to operate, which is suitable for capturing moving subjects. Okay, I'll leave that off. So I'm going to try product mode. Okay. So what else we have here? Breathing compensation, and then image adjustment, we'll leave those. Color, exposure, glamour effects. So turn those off. Okay. Alright, once this gimbal rotated. Okay, so bottom right hand corner turns the little gimbal around. This one is a video. Okay. Top is our battery. Okay. Swipe down from the top and we have menus. Yeah. Okay. So gimbal endpoints reached. Don't know what that means. So create and manage custom modes. So we're going to create one. And based on our current settings, 1080p, 16:930, auto white balance. So yes, lock it in. Go back to our settings. So I've got one custom mode, C1, set up. Then, what's this other thing? Screen rotating capture. I'll leave that for now. Screen brightness, 100%. We'll do 69. Yeah. The magic number is 69. Okay, right. Then enable or disable FT selfie. Selfie on. So swipe back up. Switch it around. Okay, so it's auto face tracking if I have the selfie mode on. See it turning? So you got to set that from the setting. Swipe down from the top, and then you can see that right in the corner there. So we selected that. If we don't want it, because that could be a little distracting, you could turn it off. Under settings, I've also got wireless mic. Come on, cut that out. What does that endpoints mean? Oh, that's something I noticed. It'd be nice if the screen could tilt. Lean back. You know? But when I put it on the ground, I'm kind of looking down at it. I'd like it to tilt up. Let's set up our mic. So I'm going to turn this one on. So power on, so long press that. Actually, no, it didn't come up on here. And then we're going to long press the little link button just above the power button. So it should be trying to find a device. So it's searching. And down here, wireless mic, we're going to connect it to TX1. So we are connected, confirm, yes. So I've got one mic connected, we'll leave it that way. Then got monitor volume, so if we scroll up, LED transmitter settings, vibration, audio to video sync, I would say yes. Low cut filter, do we want that on? I'm going to turn it off. 32-bit float recording, no. Auto power off, yes, we'll leave that on. Transmitter version, okay, so all those in the settings there. Gimbal endpoints, okay, what does that mean? Need to find that out, that's kind of annoying. Rotate screen to power off. Wearable mode. Slider control, gimbal, selfie flip. So lots and lots of settings in here. Built-in mic, audio backup, wireless connection, gimbal calibration. So let's try that. I'll pop it down. Confirm. So place device on a flat surface. So it's doing a little spinny thing here. Do not move device. Okay. Gimbal calibrating. Do not move device. It's doing this sort of thing. Did a big spinny. Okay. So we're still going to get those messages. We've got joystick speed, video compression, HEVC, or how I would call it before, HEVC. But H265, sounds, medium, reference line, got anti-flicker auto, okay. And then you can actually choose between 50 and 60 hertz. It's set to auto. I think we'll leave it on auto. Now in New Zealand, we should have 50 hertz here, whereas in the US, that would be 60 hertz. Something to do with the frequency that the countries, different countries use. But I think in New Zealand, we've got a mix of 50 and 60, so that's why in my Action 4 footage, it has looked fine, no flicker, but other times there will be flicker with ambient lighting, like neon lights. That's where you notice it the most. I think that's a feature they should add into newer action cameras, anti-flicker or flicker compensation, whatever. Time code, naming management, screen off when recording, no. Auto power off 5 minutes, LED. Continue last live stream, yes. I think these other settings look pretty good. All right. So I've gone through that menu. I just checked that one. Yep. Set up the microphone. So you can set up 2 with this one. That's one limitation of the Action 4s. You can only set up 1 mic. You can't have multiple mics, which is weird. Guess reason to upgrade, right? And then we've got change shooting orientation. What does this mean? Portrait. Oh, okay. Auto rotation. Got it. I'm going to put it on auto. And then what's this other mode? Rotational speed. So gimbal moves at moderate speed, which is suitable for most scenarios. I'm going to change that to slow. Yeah. We'll see how that goes. And then gimbal modes. So follow is suitable for most scenarios, including vlogs and selfie videos. Tilt locked mode. Horizon line is level, which is suitable for scenarios with camera movements such as push up, pull out, and pan. And then FPV mode. Camera rotates freely and follows device movement, which is suitable for creative shots. FPV camera keeps the same direction with the touchscreen, suitable for quickly capturing subjects directly facing touchscreen. I think we'll just leave it on the default for our flatmate. And those are all the modes. So if I tilt it back, I think we need it to, when you have it leaning like this, if it could still point down. So maybe we'll try Follow, tilt lock maybe? We'll try it. No, it's pointing up at the ceiling, so don't want that. It's not going to work. So FPV mode then. Okay. Oh yeah, okay. Just sort of floaty. Then you have to use it. Oh, joystick was zooming. Okay, so up and down controls the zoom, left and right is the pan. Okay, we'll try a different mode. FPV keeps the same direction with touchscreen. Okay, so same direction with the touchscreen. I see. Not sure when you would use that. Tilt locked. Horizon line level. Settle scenarios camera such as push and pull out. Okay, so I'll try that. So it's a horizon. Okay. Oh, if we go back to the first one, follow. Okay, I think I like the slow speed rather than medium. It's a little more graceful. Yeah, so if you're sort of tilting up, it will tilt down, and then when you push, got a lower angle, it's going to look up. But it takes a little while for it to adjust, but I think it looks more smoother when it's doing that. Cool stuff. Okay, right, so I think that may be it in terms of our settings and things. There is no standard dewarp, I've noticed. It's something else, so, oh, no. So not zoom. Zoomed in again. So how do we swipe up from the bottom? Okay, so swipe up on the bottom, we have these options. Got the endpoints reached again. So 1080p, 2.7 4K, we've got our frames, we've got our option to change our aspect ratio, 16:9, 1:1, 16:9, okay. Standard dewarp, so there, it doesn't exist in here. What did I do with the zoom? Oh, okay. It's got like a punch-in mode. What is it? So it punches in. Boom, boom. Active check not supported in mid-tele mode. Okay. Some of these little pop-up messages are a bit annoying. Okay. Swipe from that direction. Default. Confirm. So I've got some microphone settings, I think, here. So channel, stereo, transmitter, gain. Mute transmitter off. And active noise cancellation. So we'll try on. So it's on there. So we'll just try to turn it off from the gimbal. So it did vibrate, blue color, and then green color. So maybe we'll leave it on. Okay, so that's audio. No, yes, okay, yep, got that, thank you. How do we turn that off? I'll turn off those audio. Variable mode slider. So under settings, it should be in here. Screen off and recording, auto power off, LED, language, factory reset. Time code, anti-flicker, reference line, sounds, video compression, joystick speed, wireless connection, built-in mic audio backup, press and hold shutter record button to cancel recording. I'll leave it. Selfie flip. Slider control. Oh, okay, so when we went up and down, it controlled the zoom. And we'll leave it on that. Well, hey, there is no audio settings. It's just landscape, portrait. Whoops. Oh, hold on. Continue. What if I can have it in landscape mode while the screen is in portrait? Landscape mode, okay. Swipe out. Oh, yeah, you can too. There, see, I think that could be easier on the screen here if you have it like this. I know you have less real estate, but I personally don't need to see it. I just need to see what's happening as a reference, you know. If it means protecting the screen a bit more by having it like this, then that's the way to go. So swipe. So menus are a little more squished, but yeah, we'll see. Okay, let's have a look at the iPhone. If it hasn't finished. Oh yeah, I think it's finally downloaded. So we agree, yep. What's this? No, skip for that. Skip for now, not now. Find devices, okay. That looks really different in here. They've updated or something. To track your activity across other countries. No, why? Why would you want to track my activity with other companies? Give me a reason why that's necessary. Alright, so we're going to press the camera button. No devices found. Okay. We're going to try enable Bluetooth. Let's check, make sure it's enabled. Oh, it's not. Okay, that could be why. So make sure you've enabled your Bluetooth, folks. So we are connected, and we're going to check to see if Pocket 3 pops up. Sure enough, so we are going to connect to the Pocket 3, and Pocket 3 is thinking about it. It says Osmo audio connected. So yes. Connection failed. Okay, that's not good. So we'll try again. Alright, let's try turning off the microphone first. Maybe something to do with that. So that is disconnected. Okay, cool. We're going to try again. So we've got a connection request verification code on here, which we are going to accept on the Pocket 3. So now it's giving us some terms and blah blah blah. So we'll just say yes, agree to everything. Activate your Osmo device when you connect it for the first time to receive a warranty. Oh, okay. Maybe I won't do that. So I'll need my flatmate's phone or whatever to do that. So we'll leave that step for now. But I think that's us. That's us for today. Once I'm able to get theirs connected, then I'll do some stuff. I'll try and connect this to my mobile. Or, if I have some playtime with it. With the old Pocket 3. What do you guys think? What do you think about it? This is the Pocket 3 unboxing video. We have done some setup steps. Pretty happy with the settings that I've got in here. We will have to see though what it's actually like. And now if I can get this connected to here, then maybe we could sneak out with this bad boy, do a live stream with it. But for the most part, I'm going to be sticking with the Action 4. But this is mine. So I can be a little rough with it. I have to be super careful with this one because if anything bad happens to it, I'm in trouble. Yeah, we don't want that. Don't want to get into trouble. Yeah. So thank you folks who did tune in to today's live. So if I'm looking at the chat here, we had Twitch Stephen. Thank you for telling me about my mic, that we were muted there at the beginning. And we've been good, I think, with the audio since then. Yeah, it happens. I've done that so many times. Forgotten about my mic, or I thought it was on. Actually, up here when I look at the mic mini receiver, there's a bright green light. So I thought, okay, we're good. But there's actually another little light beside that, which tells me which mic is connected into what part of the receiver. So if I've got two mics, there'll be two little green lights. There's one little green light now. I think earlier that little green light was off. Other thanks. So Ryan Weird, yes, yep. So there's Action 6. Do you get Action 6? So no, I don't have the Action 6. Maybe at some point. I think I answered that earlier. And then Mr. Egg, Thailand. So he had the 4 or 5, getting the 6. Very jealous. Can't wait to hear from you, Mr. Egg, what it's like. And Simon Sway, looking good, Cliff. How are you finding it? Well, I really like it. I mean, I've seen this around. Lots of people have these, content creators, you name it, and like to have a play with it. So we don't have it connected yet. What I'm using right now is my S23 Ultra, using the selfie cam. Got 2 lights here, so good lighting will help with your video footage. And they're pretty decent lights here. But yeah, if I get a chance to for this Friday stream to use this, then that's where I'll do our first stream with a Pocket 3. But remember, it's not mine, so I'm very limited to when I can use it. So if the flatmate who owns this says they're going to use it today, then we'll be using this. So this is mine for sure. So yeah, and I'm very happy with this one. All right, Simon, let us know if you prefer the Action or Pocket when you try it. I'm thinking, yeah, I don't know. So right now, having not used it for IRL yet, I can't tell you that. But I'm thinking my answer will be the Action 4, because I can be a little rough sometimes. I'm super careful with all my stuff, but you know, there's only so much you can be careful about, right? And you know, just the tiniest slip, and then you end up breaking a tripod and have to buy a new one. That happened last time. Last stream that happened. I have to get myself a new tripod. Let's see. Yeah, but we'll see. I'm thinking the image quality is going to be better. I'm interested in the wide angle lens that's on there, how much of a difference that'll make. The low lights, I know for sure, is going to beat the Action 4 for miles. You know, it's going to be really good in low light. I say trouble connecting your Action 5. That's what I've heard, that the 5 Pro has connectivity issues. But from folks who have it, it was mostly via USB mode. So I'm not sure if it's across the board, RTMP as well, but wouldn't mind knowing that. So Pocket was okay with Moblin. Yeah, so with Moblin, usually you do it via RTMP. And I think that's where the Pocket 5 Pro is okay. There you go, wireless for the Pocket. I would, yeah, I mean, I've got a ballot box, that's the only way I could do a USB mode stream. Otherwise, you'd need an iPad. So, if I can, if my flat mode will let me, I could do a couple of tests with it. So one, easiest would be RTMP connected to Moblin, and probably through my S23 Ultra, same way as how I do it with the Action 4. So that's how I do it with that one. And then another one with the ballot box. So maybe RTMP and also a USB mode stream. So I reckon wide plus Rocksteady seems Godo. Well, from what I could tell, I couldn't see modes like Rocksteady. I think it just says Active Track 6 in it, this one. Whereas with the Action 4, you've got Rocksteady, Horizon Balancing. So I usually use Horizon Balancing and standard D-Warp for my crop and my stabilization, but the Pocket 3 has its own settings, and I couldn't find those equivalents in here, so maybe that's just how this one is. Doesn't have those. Yeah, but I personally prefer the look of Horizon Balancing with standard D-Warp. So I like that combination. Of course, you know, others will prefer different modes. So if you like a more wider look, then there's others for that. Because at least for me, the standard D-Warp and Horizon Balancing gives you a wide look, but also not that super wide, which I'm personally not a fan of. But who knows? You know, preferences could change over time, maybe depending on the situation. Did I make a video on how to connect the Action 5? I made one video on how the easiest way I could find to connect the Action 4 to my computer at home, or to stream with that. And that was with the Action 4, the Mimo app, and, well, you should watch the video. The video on my channel. Go check it out. Don't want to give too much away. Need a little incentive on it. But it's one of my most recent videos. So if you were to go to my channel, cliffcreates on YouTube, right here, then you'll see one on the Action 4. Basically, what I could do in that, as long as you got the Mimo app, it should work with other cameras that support live streaming. So Pocket 3 supports live streaming, Pocket 5 Pro supports live streaming, and from what I've heard, the 6 does, and well, definitely the 4. The other new one, what was it called? The Nano or the Ultra. So that one does not have live streaming. So anyone whether it's very specific about it, no live streaming. And I've heard that the 360 just recently got USB mode live streaming in single lens mode, which is pretty cool. You know, pretty cool. Let's see. So DJI, what was that new one called? Handheld. The Nano, that's right. Osmo Nano. So that's the only one that specifically says no live streaming, which is a shame. I love how small that thing is. Interesting, awesome. Hey, thank you. How far behind is this chat up here? It disappears. I don't like that. I wish the chat would just stay there. Is there an option? Tops. So none, hide all chat messages. Okay. All messages are visible. Yes. Okay. That's what we want. Excuse me. So you're on Moblin at the moment. Great. Awesome. Love Moblin. Moblin is fantastic. Just came back to streaming and there's so much IRL updates. It's amazing. Yeah, I know, right? Moblin and the team at Moblin, they're doing such an awesome job. There's constant updates, keeping it fresh. I really love what they're doing. So I'm really behind the guys there. Do you like more 24mm look? So that is the default look of the Pocket 3, I believe, which from at least from what I can tell is a little more narrow than the Action 4. So I don't know, I'll have to see, because with the Creator combo, it did include a lens. So there's a lens, a wide lens that fits to the outside, so magnetic, and then it just pops on. So that lens. So I'll be interested in comparing what the overall wide look is with and without that lens, and also compare it to the Action 4. So which one would be more like that at the same distance, or if maybe none of them are. You watch, hey, thank you. Best IRL streaming setup you've had so far? I think my current one is. So what I'm using right now is my favorite. I just love how portable it is. It's small. Basically, I have my iPhone. Actually, my last video goes to my gear. Checking that. Hey, thank you. Yeah, it would be iPhone running Moblin on a lanyard. So I have a camera strap that I've been using as a lanyard. So I've got one of these, which is from Peak Design, and then I can just pop that on to this phone. I got another one for my other phone. So I just have the one camera strap. So usually a camera goes onto this bit. And you can unclip, clip, unclip, put a camera on there. So it's multi-use. Excuse me. So we've got this, that streaming phone. Because I got an old iPhone, I need to use like the Action Peak Design, yeah. Let's see, so Action, sorry, oh man. So we've got the iPhone 11, got the DJI Action 4, this one's fine. Then we've got the DJI Mic Mini transmitter, connects directly to the Action 4. I have my S23 Ultra, which I'm using to stream right now, as a mobile hotspot. So the video goes from here through the Ultra, and then into my iPhone. So it's 3 parts. Pretend for a second, this is my Ultra. So Ultra, and then we've got iPhone, MIDDLEMAN, and Action 4. DJI Mic Mini. That's it. And that will do a good 2 hours, maybe 1.5 hour live stream. If I want to do 3-4 hours, 5, 6, 7, pushing it on 8, then I'd have the Anker battery bank. But I love how that looks, because this just goes crossbody style. Okay, have my microphone like I have now, so I've got easy access to MIDDLEMAN from here. Then I've got my Action 4 on a tripod. Oops, upside down. Alright, that way. Alright, other way. Okay. So pretend we've got a tripod on that. And then my S23 Ultra would be in my pocket. So that is all I am holding when I'm walking around. Just this. And maybe a bag with an Anker battery bank in it. So imagine, see me on the street somewhere. That's down the side, that's down here. I'm just talking to this thing. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am cliffcreates, and I'm an IRL live streamer. So that is all I'm doing with other people watching my stream. That's it. Just this talking to here. But if someone chats, writes a message in chat, then I can look down at the MIDDLEMAN, go, oh, hey Simon, how are you doing? How's things? You're good? That's great to hear. And because MIDDLEMAN has TTS, you can have your headset, and I've got one like this with the neckband. Now, I like this style. I've tried different styles, but I like the style because it stays around my neck. Now this particular one probably isn't the best. It's just a cheapie off Temu. But my little critique is I don't know where the buttons are. I can't feel them. They're not haptic, right? And so that touch, you can't find the play button, up down button. So that's my little critique on this one here, which is, there's better models that will do a better job of that. So maybe if they had a little knob or something sticking up so you can feel which is the play button, up, down, volume, this or that button. It's like the strip here, and it feels just like everything else. So I can't just go, oh yeah, play on, off, mute, blah, blah, like that. And then these two bits here, they should be magnetic and attach, but they are, but not really well. They're not strong enough. Other than that, this style I like. I've been a fan of this since going back a few years, because this will always stay there. It's not tugging, it's not doing this sort of thing, It's got doing that, or it's being pulled down the back, so it tends to stay here a little more. Now if I can plug in my headset and go, oh hey, how's it going, Stephen, Simon, who else was in here, whoever, how are you all doing? And then if I have someone speak to me IRL, I can just take it up, let go, oh yes, I'm great, thank you, I'm good. And then I can just grab it because it's just here and pop back in my ear again, like that. So yeah, this style I'm a fan of. Maybe try and find a better version of a neckband headset. Okay, chicken chat. Portability is the best, yes indeed. Action cams last a good while. And when would you need to charge, you reckon? So I found with the Action 4 that it lasts around 2 hours. So 90 minutes, 2 hours before I need to top up. And I've used it enough to have a good idea of when I need to do that. So I'll be yapping away, doing whatever in the IRL live stream, and I think, I should probably check the battery. And it's a very quick, easy thing to do. You just tap on the screen and then tap where the battery button is, and it'll tell you how much you've got. And usually when I'm checking, it'll say 20-30%. because my Anker battery bank is fast charging, I can just plug in. So let's see, sit down for a little bit, plug in, and they'll supply 35 watts of fast charging into the Action 4, and it will usually take about 10-20 minutes to charge. So for the most part, I can just walk around, because I like to be hands-free, nothing plugged in. Hands-free, walk around. I can even stream like this, and the little GoPro thing makes somewhat of a handle, you know, to hold on to. Still prefer a selfie stick or whatever. So I can go around like this. This is basically what other people see. I look like a tourist speaking to an action camera, which is great, right? But some of my setups in the past have been crazy looking. They look like Frankenstein inventions. So you'll have one phone up here, you have another phone down here, you have a battery bank on the other side, you have like a mishmash of cables all plugged into everything. Now there's pros to that as well, in that you don't have to think about battery life because everything's hooked up to power, and you can see a chat right here and that sort of thing. But it just looks ridiculous. And that's the part that has sort of trumped it for me. It says, okay, right. So while there's the benefit of all this things, that just looks more socially acceptable. Let's just say that. Action camera on a selfie stick. And then when you need to plug in, just get a cable, plug into the action camera, or pop it down on a table, plug in there, you know. Let's see. Yes, yeah, but I think it depends on your battery bank. So it needs to be able to supply, and I think with that model, the Action 4, it has to be 35 watts of fast charging, and then it'll do, you know, I don't know how fast, but it's fast. When I sit down and have a little bit of yarn, it's fully charged by the end of it, or not long after. That's what they're doing. I think though with this one, from what I read, it does require more power to fast charge this model. So from what I could tell, it looked like 65 watts. Now, I do have a port on my Anker battery bank that can do that. So I got 3 ports, one which is 18 for the iPhone, one which is 45 for the Ultra, perfect for that. And I also had a 100 watt port, which clearly used for this one, you know, when I have access to this. So that's something to look for in a battery bank if you are thinking of upgrading. That, and also the CCC rating, which is a new thing since June. Make sure your devices have that. There's some places where you'll need that. Got to try and stay on top of all regulation changes, you know. DJI knows what they're doing. I think so. Yeah. They've definitely cornered the market, I think, in this space, and every iteration of device just seems to be better and better. I didn't even notice until recently that they had a new gimbal for phones, the Mobile 8. I think I was confusing it with the 7 or 7P, and it's, hey, what's this? No, it's actually a new one out already, and it does a full 360 spin, which the previous model couldn't do. Pretty cool stuff. Even that Pocket gets so much more attention than the Action. I think there's a lot to like about it. Mainly it's just so cute looking. I saw someone today with one. I went with my flatmate to go pick this up, and there was someone walking around in the mall with one of these, and it just, I noticed them, but they're just so small, it's easy to miss, you know, if you're just holding it like that, especially, you know. How tiny that is. So tiny. And then, you know, that bit is almost the same height. But of course, you probably have it like that, right? IRL Pro or MIDDLEMAN? Oh, that's easy, Simon. For sure, MIDDLEMAN. Like when Lyrics went premium, I needed to weigh up my options. So I thought, okay, well, I really loved what Lyrics was doing. Let's look at other things. And around that time is when I needed to upgrade my phone. So I figured, hey, look, there's this app that is very much like Lyrics. It's called IRL Pro. Let's jump into the Android system. I haven't had an Android before, and we'll use this app. And it was great at the time. It was the only sort of free option available there, and they had features that Lyrics didn't have and still don't have, like bonding with SRTLA. So that was something they added. Then they added in picture-in-picture mode and being able to combine chats from Twitch and Kick. So there's features that they added into it, but over I think a year now they haven't had any new updates. So it's a little worrying because they were so good back then, and I'm hoping that they're just going to unveil a huge update with so many more features in it. So that's one of my hopes. Moblin though, since they came on the scene, and it wasn't too long after, I think it was like first time I heard of Moblin was this year maybe, and there are already things that I like that Moblin could do that none of the others could do, like being able to go into your settings, change a couple of things, not the resolution, and certain features that are fixed once you go live, but like other things that aren't fixed. You know, whereas with Lyrics and IRL Pro, once you go live, all the settings are inaccessible, except maybe from parts of it in the quick menu. But yeah, and then since then, Moblin have just added new feature after new feature after new feature, almost daily, weekly. There's more and more being added to it, and the community is really strong. If you go to the Discord, there's always folks either helping out or contributing, got feature requests, all sorts. So yeah, it's clear winner to Moblin. Checked out my Action 4 video. You'd prefer streaming directly to OBS, not through Moblin. Hold on. Right, Simon. Let's see. So checked out my Action 4 video. You'd prefer streaming directly to OBS and not to Moblin, then to OBS. To OBS and not to Moblin. I'm not sure what your question is there. What you're trying to say exactly. So the idea of that video is someone who just wants to be able to, a very simple setup. You would have either an iPhone or you have an Android phone, so Android being a key thing there, and you just want to stream with your, let's say, Action 4 and the default Memo app, and then stream it that to, let's say, either your computer at home, which is what I highlight in that video, or maybe actually that was the sort of best outcome in that video. So the way that I do that in there works for everyone, so Android, iPhone. Whereas if you've got an iPhone, then Moblin is definitely a way better option. If you have an Android, you can't use Moblin. So that's the way I presented their video, and I try and give options for everybody when it comes to my videos. But I want to do a series on Moblin because of how many cool features there are, and especially with the amount of updates they keep rolling out. Yeah, there's just so much to talk about. I think I've covered everything when it comes to IRL Pro. Yeah, but I will do like for sure, with the queries I've had, do a video showing how to connect the Action 4 or maybe the Pocket 3 to Moblin, and different ways of being able to do that. So you would need an iPhone in order to follow that or watch that video, and then from there to OBS. But it's a separate video, and it's a lot more complex than the one that you just checked out, because it's fairly basic, I think, for that one. So you need action camera, Memo app, which you'll have anyway, and then a service, which I talk about in the video, and OBS. So that's pretty easy to understand. Now with what I'm doing, Mobin with the Action 4 is a lot more stuff involved with that, especially using the S23 Ultra as a hotspot. So you have to go from Action to hotspot to iPhone, connect those up. You've got settings inside of Mobin, which are RTMP server settings. You've got DJI devices to connect up. You need to add a scene for your external camera. So there's all these things you have to do in order to get there working. And then maybe you don't need to use a separate phone as a hotspot. You can go from your Action 4 straight into your maybe iPhone Pro 17 or 17 Pro Max. If you've got like a high-end model, you might be able to do it that way. So I have to consider all these different options with that kind of video. Yeah. But for me, I can show what works for me, which is that setup. So it is Action 4 through the S23 Ultra as a hotspot into iPhone. So I can show that, and then I could show what I think most people would try, which is Action 4 straight into iPhone. It's just that when I try to do that, my iPhone being so old, I have to drop everything down, the bitrate, the resolution, and it just won't look very good. But I know that's probably the setup most people, especially with newer phones, would do, go that way. Let's see, so many options. Seeing if we can do Action Cam, Mobin, OBS. You reckon that's too much? It depends. So I think the main thing with that is your iPhone. How old is your iPhone? So mine is old. It can't handle it. So that's why I have to do it through the Ultra. It does add latency from what I see on my phone screen from real time. So what I'm doing, it happens a couple of seconds later in my phone because I have to do the hotspot. But yeah, for some folks, doing direct Action for iPhone will be too much. Their phone will overheat, that kind of thing. It all depends on their iPhone, if they can handle it. So I think, at least with the video I still plan on doing, I have to explain why I do it this way, or maybe the first way, why I have to drop the resolution, everything down. But if you can do it at high resolution, etc., do it. And then, yeah, there's the whole overheating whole thing. That's part of it. Mobin control and such. So many things in Mobin. Would love to see those. Yeah, I know, me too, right? It's easy to watch them back. So I'll go back to one of my videos and go, oh yeah, it's got a good flow. It works quite well. So I'm pretty happy with that video. But then when I think back on the amount of work I had to put it together, B-roll, finding the B-roll, maybe during my future live, I'd have to do something in that stream so that I could use it as B-roll. So there's all that sort of stuff you have to consider. Yeah, good times. Good times. Joshy boy, hello. Hey bro, just want to say a big thank you for all the knowledge. Hey, thank you. Given in regards to IRL, you are very welcome. Glad I've helped, and hope you've done lots of IRL out there, Joshy. Thank you, appreciate that. You've used it all, and it's helped me create a better IRL streaming experience for my viewers. Awesome. That's fantastic. I love hearing that. Simon, have you ever had issues with the Action camera showing black screen through Mobin? A black screen. I'm just thinking on what happened the other day. I suppose it depends. Like, let's see, what did I do? Okay, so on my last Friday stream, I wanted to do a disconnect protection test. What did I do? I turned off the mobile hotspot on my S23 Ultra, so my iPhone would only have one connection to work off because I was bonded to two. It had a very strong signal to live stream. So I was thinking, hey, let's kill the mobile hotspot and then we've got one connection. So maybe that would help with the connection being disconnected for this test that we're doing. But I forgot at the time that my Action 4 runs through that mobile hotspot as well. So by disconnecting or turning off the mobile hotspot, I was also killing the Action 4. Now when that happened, it did go to black screen because I was already on the Action 4 scene inside of MIDDLEMAN. There was no camera and I didn't have a separate scene, so I only want to use the Action 4 for my lives. I don't want to use the back or front. So I killed every other scene, just had the Action 4 in there. So there's no other video scene to switch to. Since there was no camera connected, it was black, but you could still, which was front or back or whatever. So there was audio but no video. So that's what happened in that situation. I don't know if it's a different thing that you've experienced or heard about with a black screen. But I think that's the only time I've seen it, black screen. It's a lot, yeah. Adonime, hello, how's it going? What iPhone would you use if budget was not a factor? Would you prefer Pro Max over normal? Hell yeah, of course. If budget wasn't a factor, I would have the latest, which is the 17 Pro Max. I was looking at them today in the store, and actually they're quite large, quite a bit larger. Size-wise, I really like the size of 11, and I think this is similar physical size to the Pro, not the Pro Max. Pro Max is a bit larger. So what they managed to do is reduce the bezel or something in the Pro. So physically, I think from memory, when I was checking them out, like the day after they were all available, I was going, oh, okay, yeah, actually, this is actually physically the same size as the Pro either. So that's what I'd like. The S23 Ultra is too big. So that's something that I've realized over the couple of years I've owned it. I'd like to go back to a smaller phone. So this is a great size. If I could have like a Pro Max in this size, I'd be really happy. From what I've heard, the Pro Max does a really great job with heat dissipation. I think the Pro, from what I've heard as well, no one has really talked about the base model. So the 17, that there's a big question mark on it. I don't know about that one at all. Price-wise, it's the nicest price. And then even the Air, I've heard that performed well with 4K 60 tests running mobile, you know. So I've only heard of those other three high-end models, the Air, Pro, and the Pro Max, doing really well on it. Yeah. I like one of those things. Although I've heard that the orange ones are turning into like a kind of pinky color. So that's a bit worrying. You know, if you scratch it and it turns pink for some reason. I would just like a black one. Give me black. Matte black color. I was hoping they would come out with one later. Okay, dead feed. Yes, Simon. So I think that's what's possibly happening. I need like an example. Yeah, the thing is, when these things happen, you've got to note it down and go, oh, what happened when it went black? So for at least for me, all the streams I've done, the only time it's gone black was that time. So it's the only thing I can equate it to. So, but it could be something else that I just haven't experienced, you know. 4K 60 crazy on a phone, I know, right? But sure enough, folks on the MOBA Discord were talking about it. They really wanted to put it through its pace, see what it could handle, and at least with the, I think it was a Pro Max, I believe you'll have to fact check that they were able to stream 4K 60 MIDDLEMAN for about an hour, and then after that point they kind of went, all right, that's a pretty good test. Because most folks, I still think when they're going to IRL, it'll be 1080p, maybe 60. So I do 1080p 30, I'm happy, I'm good with that. Soon, at least for my area, as soon as you try and push it higher than that, you're on shaky ground. The potential of getting a lot more disconnects is right there, because as it is, I'm just able to get by most places 1080p 60. I think my stream would be probably better, smoother if I went to 720 60, 720 30. But yeah, I want that higher quality resolution for B-roll material. Low. Makes sense here. Yeah, B-roll material. Still won't forget it. One folk said to me, Cliff, what's a 720p business? You cannot be uploading 720p videos in 2020, I think it was like 22. Do better, Cliff. So, you know, that's a very good point. So since that comment, and I read your comments and your feedback. All right, okay, so from now on, I am just doing 1080p 30 at least for all my live streams. That way, I can record videos in 720, 30, 60, and the live stream B-roll will be up to par. So yeah. So I have to tweak everything to make sure I can do that. Illegal to upload 720. See, maybe it was you, Simon. I don't think so. It was a long time ago. But yeah, I took that feedback. Went, okay, all right, that's it. No more 720p. So I had to upgrade all my graphics, upgrade everything, and then fine tune. A lot of my streams just have very elaborate graphics and overlays and videos and all sorts of stuff, and it was really hitting like the limits for my GPU and stuff. So I had to strip it all down so that my stream would be okay. It could handle what I'm trying to do. So some folks, I think they will probably remember that. They go, oh man, Cliff, you used to have all these effects and graphics and things before, back in the day, and now your stream is so budget. It's not that bad. I think it's alright. It's alright, guys. But it did, yeah, I used to have lots of things like that. Alright, okay. I think we are good, right? We're good. So I can't really do anything with the Memo app now, so I'll just do that on the Flatmates device. Yeah, but I think overall we got this all set up, ready to go. Maybe we'll peel off this thing here. There's that Tech ASMR. Wonder how that came through. Alright, and overall, yeah, this little carry bag thing is, I like it. Only thing is, like, I can't just throw that in there. So you have to disassemble it. Assemble it, and then be careful with the way you pop it into the bag. Maybe that way. And this other bit, oh, okay. And it goes in the middle. So will that all fit in one piece? Oh yeah, okay, that's not too bad. I feel like it's going to zip up cleanly. Yeah. Why? Alright. Pop this bit out. Oh yeah, okay. It's definitely this. So maybe. So you don't even want to be doing that. Unwind. Where did they go? Where did they go? Now this goes in the middle, and then this bit goes down the side. Okay, take that out. Be careful. Yes, yes, indeed. I think that would be better there, where the zipper is. And then maybe this other bit goes in there. It kind of works. Just needs to be so you can just throw it all in, you know. Should have made it a bit wider, I think. What was it? I think for sure this should go in there. Okay, gimbal, nice big pocket. Then we've got the handle, the battery handle, the microphone, and then tripod feet here. My streaming, I am in my apartment, so this is where I record all my videos. And we've got a light up here, a light on this side. You'll be able to tell because it's generally a lot quieter than my IRL live streams. So still have noise, background noise, flatmates cooking and doing things, and TV maybe, so stuff like that. But yeah, so the line you see is what I have for my regular videos, but I'm not using my webcam, using my phone. So I've just got it on a Lansy tripod, S23 Ultra, the mic mini receiver, all on this thing here, raised up as tall as it can go. Yeah, and I thought about doing the IRL stream, but these Monday streams that I do, usually the members only, they're supposed to be just very basic, very stripped down, kind of behind the scenes chat, have a bit of yarn sort of thing. But I thought at least for today, it's a pretty exciting thing to do with an unboxing. Let's just open it to everyone if it's in, then we'll see, might turn it to a members only video later, but I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, there is the Pocket 3, guys. So it fits in there. The only thing we don't have is this. They won't fit in as well. And I think it's pretty safe in there. Okay. Okay, it's on this side, so I can feel it's a tripod feet there. I think maybe if it had something a little more rigid on the inside, then I'd feel a lot better about it, you know. Yeah, it is. As long as you're not throwing it around out of windows from like the third or fourth story of a building, then you'll be okay. Okay. Simon, hey, you are welcome. Yeah, I just do my little part, share what I've been learning, just like you guys. Do what I can. There, that's me for today. It's supposed to be a short stream, but we're on almost 2.5 hours. Yeah, I'll have my regular stream, which is Friday. Every Friday from about 2 p.m. New Zealand Standard Time, if you don't want to tune in. So we'll see if I'm able to use this on the Friday. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Depends. Because my flatmate who owns this, they want to do content creation, so they may say, nope, can't use it anymore, Cliff. Yeah, short 2.5 hour stream. Yeah. Oh, actually, how do we do for battery over here? I have no idea. The YouTube app doesn't tell me, but I'm assuming the S23 Ultra can go about 2.5, 3 hours. That would be kind of handy to know, YouTube, if you could leave the battery meter in there. Yeah, short 2.5 hour stream. Just a short one. But yeah, the thing that I'm working on the most is this camera app. I've been fighting with this AI bot to help me make this camera app. And every time I churn out one update, it breaks something else. And it's doing my head in. What should have been a really simple task has just been like kind of hell with the sort of circular thing we're doing. So fix one thing, break something else. Fix that, break something else. Other thing, break this other thing. Fix this thing, another break. Fix this thing, 5 errors. So it's just like a roundabout thing that we're doing at the moment. Yeah. So I really love what AI can do, and there's some pretty cool things that I've seen. And it's very helpful. I've learned a lot about Android app development through the process of trying to make a simple camera. I know how to debug apps now. Use what they call logcat to catch error messages, that sort of thing. And then just the syntax and the way you code in an Android Studio using their language called Kotlin. So gradually getting there, but some parts of this app development are very highly technical, especially when it comes to the image orientation, front, back camera, filters applied to them. Yeah, that stuff is way over my head. So I kind of have to rely on it for that. I'm just want to get past that bit. Can I just fast forward a little bit to when that's all fixed, please? That would be great. Anyway, once I've finished that, yeah, I need to work on some videos, especially those ones you guys have requested for me. We'll get there. And I look at my videos and how long it's been since the last time I've made a video, like an edited video. I think, yes, got to do it. Got to get back into it. Get into the grind, because there's just so many topics I want to cover. So many. Anyway. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Simon. Thank you. Who else? Stephen, who was in earlier. Adonime. Shout outs again to Masingo2141. Also, Silvery Bay. You guys have been OGs from way back. Appreciate you, everyone. 2.5k subscribers now on YouTube. So that's awesome. Thank you, guys. And stay tuned. If you like the style of live, love to know your thoughts on that as well. No pops, thanks. All right, okay. So I better wrap up. I've got to work on this app again and some other things. Got some chores and whatnot to do. So thanks again, everyone. Please click on the like button. Usual deal. And I'll see you next time. So Friday afternoon. Where's this button? All right. See you guys.